Now, to look even closer at other novel options we have to remediate PFAS, we went to Dr. Mohamed, or Moha, Ateia Ibrahim from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. I got to ask Moha about their PFAS research efforts at the EPA Office of Research and Development and the Center for Environmental Solutions and Emergency Response, which is quite a name. As a disclaimer, however, what Moha says in this interview is his personal opinion and not the EPA. With that out of the way, let's ask Moha.
Hi, Moha, and welcome, and thank you again so much for joining us on the Water Action Platform. Please tell us more about your research in PFAS treatment at the US EPA.
Yes, so we have a pretty broad umbrella of when it comes to the PFAS research. I can summarize it into four main directions. One is detection. Second is separation. Third is destruction. And fourth is regeneration of spent media, which can be under also like waste management part. So detection can be branched into two. One is how to detect PFAS, so like method development to like get drinking water, wastewater, solid media, analytical methods, and also detection where. So exploring new places to search for PFAS, so like biosolids, soil matrices, and landfill leachate, etc. So this is under the detection part. Separation can be also branched into two: conventional methods and novel technologies. Conventional covers like granular activated carbon, the GAC, ion exchange resin, or membrane separation like nanofiltration or reverse osmosis. But also not limited to that, we have an eye out for anything that is emerging. So that can be novel adsorbent media that is more selective for PFAS, so that can selectively and easily, quickly separate the PFAS from water or wastewater. Destruction, it is a must because separating the pollution is not enough. We need to make sure that we are degrading it to elements that they are not toxic. So we are exploring wide array beside the conventional like thermal technologies, non-thermal like plasma, electrochemical, photoelectrochemical technologies, mechanochemical destruction, so that we can cover later any different scenarios that requires PFAS management. The regeneration comes, if you follow the news recently, like PFOA, PFOS, two of the PFAS are designated as hazardous material under the Superfund law. So that now the question how to deal with the spent media, like can be granular activated carbon or ion exchange resin. So now we are exploring, there's thermal regeneration facilities that it is existing in most or many of the water treatment utilities, but also we are exploring novel technologies to desorb or separate PFAS from these surfaces.
That's super interesting. And could you also tell us some more about, in all of this work, what the role of collaboration is in these innovations?
Our work is very, very collaborative. So we collaborate with academic labs, with government labs, different government branches like DoD and the Navy. We also collaborate with industry. So if there is an emerging technology in the market, we always have an eye out to see what is has good potential, if it is fitting to our evaluation framework or like treatment portfolio. We work with any of these entities and compare them in a fair manner. So like we see which technology fits which treatment train for a specific scenario, that kind of sequence.
Yeah, great to hear. And just picking up on that last remark as well, how might you wisely go about that, choosing which PFAS technology for which scenario, and how have you seen that discussion develop in the last years?
Yeah, our understanding about the overall issue with the problem with the PFAS is now much more mature. So no one is currently looking for a silver bullet or a one-size-fits-all solution. We know that the issue needs to be dealt with, like with a treatment train where you separate PFAS first and then subsequently destroy it in that concentrated form that can be liquid or solid. So we take it step by step. We think about what is the initial concentration, what are the background constituents, set so that our selection for the separation technology is also data-driven. And then once it is concentrated, we can think about, okay, we have a liquid or solid waste that it is contaminated with PFAS, how to deal with it. So we think about the scalability of the technology. We can think about the energy needs. Do we have access to like a very easy example that we don't think about it frequently, like remote islands that they don't have like a reliable grid. So
that was on our last WAP.
Yeah, so can we satisfy these needs with a technology or two? What are the options for inland versus offshore scenarios? So yeah, it's a multi-layer, but again, to sum that up, it's just like our understanding is getting better, but our understanding of a specific need is more critical, because this is how we can filter different treatment technologies and design a treatment train that can fit it.
It's great to see the world community collaborating on this and all the research is going into it. What gives you the most hope when you think about your work and the research going into PFAS remediation?
So many different perspectives are coming now, like chemical engineers or organic chemists and environmental engineers are now collaborating. So they talk to each other, like modelers, computational chemists. You see different disciplines are working on the same area that I don't see it in other or trying to solve other problems. So this gives me a great hope, because I'm sure some of these discussions will just bring some ideas that we don't know about it now, but it will stem out of these kind of collaborations and discussions. So I'm always optimistic, but that gives me actually the most hope.
And we need lots of hope in the world, and that's definitely my big banner, interdisciplinary work. So thank you for joining us in this endeavor, Moha. It's been really a pleasure getting to hear your perspective and getting to learn so much from you. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.